An open letter to Major Archbishop Raphael Thattil, George Pateri. I wish to congratulate you, not so much for the appointment as Major Archbishop, but for the fact that the intrigues and fights that have been wounding the Syro-Malabar Church might rest, at least for a while, as there could be listening ears in the midst of arguments and counter-arguments on the non-essentials. Pope Francis has given you a mandate. Don't forget the poor. That could be the horizon, in your own words, for Syro-Malabar Church emerging from this unwanted, childish and synod-led crisis. The huge churches, mansions with Vatican Basilica-type domes all along the tiny but enrapturing strip of land of Kerala, God's own country, Hindu, Christian, Islamic, Dalit, Marxist, transgender gods, do not invite seekers inside, but turn true believers into outsiders. The year 2023 gave us the face of the faceless, that heroic martyr called Rani Maria, a true and brave daughter of the Syro-Malabar Church, and a martyr for justice, witnessed the worst churchy fights, initiated by a thoughtless and provocative synod, and masterminded by Chaldea Vadis for whom Jesus of the Gospels is to be hidden behind the curtain. When Pope Francis defined God as mercy and went to Baghdad to release Fratelli Tutti, Bishop of Pala is inventing love jihad in order to protect his women folk from the Muslims. This in spite of an obligatory Syrian catechesis for 12 years of school education. Mind you, there is no common catechetical text for the whole of Kerala. We are Syrians. When Pope Francis on his first Maundy Thursday washed the feet of young differently abled people, including women, the supra-pontificate of Syro-Malabar Church forbade such acts because such an act is not acceptable to Kerala culture or tradition, that too in a land that once forbade the Dalit women to cover the upper parts of their bodies, and strict untouchability was enforced and fought against bravely. Samudiam is more important than Christian communities. When the first duly elected Marxist government in Kerala introduced Land Act to give 10 cents of land to each tenant, the ancient Apostolic Church of Syro-Malabar version fought against it. Years later, a pope invites you not to forget the poor. Are we seeing the full circle of the social churning? While late Sugata Kumari, the well-known Malayali poet, campaigned to protect the ecology of Wayanad against the impending ecological disaster, the Syrian Church stood for its Samudiam that has contributed unwittingly to the disaster and refused to see the global implications of such ecological crisis. Laudato Si is taken out of Synod agenda. When the Latin Catholics campaigned against Port Project because it affected their livelihood and oncoming ecological perils, it was reduced to a Latin issue, and the Syrians looked the other way. Our Samudiam is more important than gospel values, so our bishops will speak for increasing the prices of rubber, forbid our people to act in films that embodies the blessings of the Pope Francis, and behave as if Syrian votes are in their pockets. Syro-Malabar Church is abusing the privilege accorded to individual churches by the Second Vatican Council in order to protect and foster true diversity of Catholicism, and is on a colonizing expedition all over the world to establish Syrian identity and building a multinational body, often causing divisions within the local church communities. Are we building Christian communities of Jesus Table Fellowship, radical inclusiveness, or expanding our Samudiam with its Kudayam, umbrella, and Kodimaravam, flagpole, at the expense of supporting Christian communities, of washing one another's feet? Populism, polarization, and post-truth, naive Moises, the revenge of power, seem to befit Syro-Malabar Church with its hegemonic possibilities and adventures. Our ministry of reconciliation seems to be the easy victim. That does not matter as long as our tradition, Syrian, and culture, hegemony are protected. As Valaya Ramavarma wrote, Swargavatil Pakshi Chodichu, Bhumil Satyatil Etra Vaisu. What is the age of truth on this earth? AD 52?